Um, Hello, go-getters. I just hope you are doing good. Did I ever tell you that maths is easy? I think I did. Yeah. Yeah, maths, guys, it's easy. Yeah, it's easy, maths. Because of these formulas, it's so easy. So here, guys, you got some format name. And what I will be teaching, actually, in this video, I want to show you what we call squares, binomials, and different of squares binomials. Squares and different of squares binomials, whatever. Do you see? So we got formats to expand, actually. Yeah. In maths, guys, you can cheat. That's another thing that I love about maths. We cheat in maths. Because of the formulas, we cheat. But I don't say that I'm a cheater. No, I'm not cheating, guys. Me, I'm just a being, because I'm a busy like a bee. So this format, guys, they will help you now to expand. They will help you to expand. All the time, if you see everything is the same, but different sign. Do you see different sign? Yeah. Everything is the same, but different sign. It means your answer, it will be in this form. I will show you like how. Then all the time, if you see that 2, do you see that 2? That 2, you know that 2, it represents this thing, it's twice. You should know your answer, it will be in this format at the end. Meaning that all the time when you see 2, or all the time if you see everything is the same, it means your answer will be in this format. And all the time if you see that 2, it represents this thing, it's twice. That 2, it represents this thing, it's twice. And your answer at the end, it must be in this format. There's a difference between these two things, guys. Please do not confuse it. Here we got positive, which is this thing, everything is positive. But here we got minus, which is here it's positive, but here it's minus. What you should know, this thing will be always positive. But this one will be positive if this one is positive. This will be negative if this thing is negative. Do you understand? Yeah. So let me try to get some questions now and show you how to cheat with maths. Yeah, because maths, guys, it's easy. Whippy. Here's a question, guys. So here, guys, I will show you the way that you know. And here I just want to show you how to use the format. Do you understand? So now I'm wondering who say maths it's easy. Whippy! Whippy! Otherwise it's me. Let me show you guys how to approach this kind of a question. So this one, the way you know that 2, it represents how many of this thing? This thing, it is twice like P, Q, it is twice bar. Do you see? So you know that this will multiply here and like PQ multiply by PQ, and say add it, this will multiply with that one like 2PQ multiply by minus PQ. This multiply here like minus 4PQ multiply by 2PQ. Okay, let me just divide the space once. And now this will multiply here, say plus minus 4PQ multiply minus 4PQ. Do you see? So now, what are we going to do? We'll multiply this thing inside a bracket. This multiply by this one. We know that when we multiply same sign, we got positive 4. And when we multiply same base, we add the exponent. You see? And now this multiplied by that one, different sign give us negative 8. So multiply the same base, it will be P3Q. Do you see? So here when I multiply different what sign, I get negative 8. And when I multiply same base, it's P3Q. Here when I multiply same sign, I got positive 16. Same base, it's 2. Do you see? And so now what are we going to do? We have to collect like terms. Well, which one are the like terms here? These are the like term. Do you see? Because they got the same base, and same exponent. Here it's invisible one, same exponent. Meaning now we'll collect the coefficient, as you can see. So its symbol says that these two things, they are a family since we are collecting like terms. Do you understand? Yeah. So this thing, they will give us what? They will give us negative 16 P3Q. And this thing is 16 PQ, and here it's P4. Do you see, guys, how many steps that I do here to arrive from the answer? It's 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. So you will see when I apply the format, how many steps will I have? This thing, it seems to be confusing, actually. Because here you can apply the format. Check something here, guys. So if you can notice here, I say that if you see something like this, you can apply the format. Like from here, this thing, this one, A minus B. You can apply it here. Just take this thing as in it's your A, this one it's your B. Do you understand? And you know that the answer here, it must be in this format. 2AB and B squared. Do you see? So for you to apply this format, what you can just do, you can just say open bracket and say 2 minus by B, open bracket, and plus open bracket 2. The reason why you are opening bracket here, you want to put your A here. This one is your A, this one is your A, do you see? And here you will put your B, which is that one, do you see? Meaning that if this one is my B, I'll say B. And if this thing is my A, I'll say 2P squared. 2P squared. Do you see? And now if this one is my B, I'll say what? B PQ. Do you see? And 4PQ. Do you see? So now what I want you to recognize now, I'm going to the final answer now. So this thing now, it will multiply inside, because here there is no plus or minus inside the bracket. If there is no plus or minus inside the bracket, I'll say that 2 will multiply inside here. Do you understand? Meaning that 2, if I want to press it from my calculator, I'll just say, let me teach you how to press the calculator now. I'll press 2 and I'll press here. Do you see? Here I get 4, meaning this thing, it will be 4. Then for that 2 will multiply here. It will be what? It will be 4. Do you see, guys? But this thing you will understand more from the laws of the exponent. So from here again now, what will happen from all this thing? This will multiply here and also multiply there. Like it will be just be minus 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 4. Do you see? I will get what? Minus 16. And hit this and that, it will be P3. Because when I multiply same base, I add the exponent, Q. Do you see? And now this here, it will give me 16. Because it will be 4 and press this thing, which will, it's 4. Do you see, guys? And now here I got invisible one, meaning 2 multiplied by 1, it's P2. 2 multiplied by 1, it will be Q2. So this one, guys, will be the final answer actually. Do you see the difference between these two things? But at the end, you arrive at the same answer. So let me try to get more questions. I just want to show you the difference. But now, from now on, I will be using a format. It is good to use a format to avoid mistakes. Do you understand? Because here you can do some small mistakes which will cause your answer to be wrong. Do you understand? So I just hope you understand. But if you don't understand, you'll understand it from these questions. So check, guys. These are the questions that we'll be using to apply the format. So this thing, when you check it, you can tell that, okay, this thing, it is on this format of a minus b squared, meaning the answer, it must be like b, a, b, my plus, always positive here. Do you see? Here it will be always positive, but here it will be minus if this thing is minus. Do you see? So what I will do here, I will take this thing, okay, this thing, it's my a. Do you see? And this one, I'll say, okay, this thing, it is my b. So now to apply this format, I'll just say open for that a squared, say minus 2, open for that a. Do you see? And say open for b now. Always positive, open for b here. Do you see? So again, now I can substitute here. I know that here it's a, which is x. Do you see? Here it's a, which is x. And here it's what? It's b, which is 1 over x. Here it's 1 over x. Do you see, guys? Yeah. So now what I want you to apply now, this here I got invisible one here. So this will multiply that invisible one, which will be x2. Do you see? And now this thing, it is minus 2x, guys. This thing, it is minus 2x. And when you see a fraction, I want to tell you a new thing now. That when you say a fraction, anything which is not a fraction, when you multiply to a fraction, it goes upwards. Something like this, let me say a over b multiplied by what? By k. This thing, it will be akb. Do you see? X over y multiplied by m. This thing, it will be xm over y. Anything which is not a fraction, when you multiply to a fraction, it goes upwards. Do you understand? Something like, let's say, k over t multiplied by what? A plus b. Do you see this thing? This thing, it will go upwards like k a plus b over t. Do you see, guys? That's how math it is. You will understand as the time goes why I say it goes upwards. And say 2 over 5 multiplied by what? By 6. This thing, it will be 2 multiplied by 6, 5, which is the answer. There will be what? 12 over 5. You can even use your calculator if you think I'm lying. Say 2 over 5 multiplied by what? By 6. It will be 12 over 5. Do you see? I told you. So now it means that this thing will multiply upwards there. It will be what? Minus 2x over x. Okay, let me just use a black pen. Yeah, something like this. This thing will multiply upwards there. Then for this one now, and say plus, this thing, it is the same as what? Press 1 and say squared. Still you get 1. Meaning here it's 1 over x squared. Do you see? Because here I got 1 there, and 2 multiply 1, it will be 2. Do you see? So now what you should notice is that these two things, they will cancel this one. Because if we divide the same thing, they cancel. If we divide the same thing, they cancel. Meaning now the final answer is 2 minus by 2 plus 1 over x squared. Do you see? Yeah. So now, guys, you are learning some new stuff, because this thing, it is what we call application of fraction. Applications of fractions. This one. And what I did here, it is what we call law of exponent. That exponent outside a bracket multiply each exponent inside a bracket. It gives me what? 2. Do you see? You only apply that law if there is no plus or minus. Yeah. So, check something. This thing, it is in this format, a plus b, meaning the answer must be a plus b plus b squared. Do you see? Yeah. This one I will say it's my a, this one it's my b. So now I can open brackets for a and say plus. If there is plus, it will be plus 2 bracket and say plus. Do you see? So this one it's my a, which is 3x, which is 3x. This one it's my b, which is 2y, which is 2y. Do you see? And now exponent outside the bracket multiply each exponent inside the bracket, meaning here it will be x squared. Then for 3 there, it will be 3 squared, which is what? Which is 9. Do you see? Meaning here it's 9. Yeah. So for this one now, what are we going to do? We'll multiply 2 to 3 to 4. Like, we'll do something like this. We'll say 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2, which is, we get 12 there. Meaning this thing, it will be plus 12xy. Do you see? Then for here, this thing is the same as 2 times 2, which is 4. Like 2 squared, it is 2 times 2, it's 4. Then for this one, is the same as 3 times 3, which is 9. Yeah. Meaning here it will be 4. Exponent outside the bracket multiply each exponent inside the bracket. Meaning up it's squared. Do you see? This is the final answer. Do you see? Yeah. So now what I want you to notice, everything here is the same, but what is different? They got different sign. Everything is the same, they got different sign. Meaning this thing, it is the different of squares, binomials. These one are just squares, binomials. These are just different of squares, binomials. So different of squares, binomials, they got this format here, b, and here it's a, b. Do you see? But the final answer, it must be in squared b. So this one, I love them, are so easy. Because check something. Up I will open for my a and say I will open for my b. Do you see? So my a, I will take this thing as in it's my a. This, it's my b. Do you see? Even you can say this one it's a, this one it's b. Do you see? This one is the answer. So now this thing, it tells you that it's 2 times 2, which is 4. Then for here, exponent outside the bracket, multiply each exponent inside the bracket, 2. Then here it's 5 times 5, which is 25. This one is the final answer. You can even do it like, do you see? Here's it goes. Then for that one, it's 2. Do you see? Yeah. Or if you don't believe me, you can even use that thing of expanding. Say this thing multiplied there, it's 4x squared. This thing multiplied there, different sign, give me minus what? 25, ne? Oh, sorry, 10. Ne? This thing multiplied there, it give me positive 10. This thing multiplied here, it give me minus 25. Because different sign give me negative. Ne? So if you can check, these two things are like term and they are equal but different sign, they will cancel each other, give us 0. So minus 10 and say plus. Yeah, it's 0, meaning this one will just cancel each other. The final answer here, x squared 25. Which is, this answer is the same as that one. Do you see? It's good to use format, guys, to avoid mistakes. So let's try this one. So these are just squared binomials. So this thing here is the same as 2x 3 over x, because it is twice. And you can say this one it's your what? It's your a. This one you can say this one is my a, this one is my b. Minus. So my answer must be a minus, because here there is minus 2ab plus b squared. Meaning now my answer will just be open bracket minus by 2 open bracket close and say plus all the time. Here it's 2. Then here my a is 2x. So my b here it's 3 over x. It's 3 over x. Do you see, guys? Yeah. So this thing will multiply inside here, meaning that it will be 2 times 2, which is 4, and here x squared. Do you see? So now these will multiply each other. When you say fraction, guys, avoid to multiply everything. If you say fraction, just start by multiplying both of these two. Because when you multiply both of those two, these two, they will give you what? They will give you 4x. And here you got 3 over what? X. Plus this thing, it's 3 times 3, which is 9 over x squared. And now you know anything which is not a fraction, when you multiply to a fraction, it goes upwards. Meaning this will multiply upwards. It will give you 12x over x plus 9 over x squared minus by x squared 4. Do you see, guys? This thing, it will goes upwards here. As you can see that 4 multiplied by 3, it's 12. So, and now you know that when you divide the same things, they cancel. Meaning now this one is your final answer, minus, which is 12 plus 9 over x2. Do you see, guys, how easy this thing it is? Straightforward. Yeah. So now let's try this one. It's good to use the format to avoid mistakes. Here's, they give us some fractions. Seems to be complicating. They are so easy. So let's try them. So this thing, I'll take it as in it's my a and my b, and here it's minus. Meaning this thing, it must be in this format. Open and close, and 2 minus 2, open and close, plus all the time 2. Here it must be minus. This thing, it is for my a, and this one, it is for my b. So for my a here, it's y4 over y. It's x4 over y. And here it's x4 over y. Then what about for this one? This one is 4w over k2. And here it's 4w over k2. Do you see? I hope, guys, you can see my w. Yeah, kw. Yeah. So here what will happen? Exponent outside the bracket, multiply the exponent inside the bracket. It will be x8 over exponent outside the bracket, multiply the exponent inside the bracket. It's y2. Do you see? So now check something, guys. You should know that here, if you want to, you can start with this one, or you can even start with those one. Do you see? But I will go with this one, because on this question I show you how to go with this approach. So I know that anything which is not a fraction, when you multiply to a fraction, it will go upwards. Then it gives you minus 2x4 over y. And here I've got 4w over k2. And this thing will this thing will multiply here like 4 times 4, which is 16, and exponent outside bracket, multiply each exponent inside bracket. It will be y2 over k4. To believe me that it's 16 there, it will be 4. Do you see? Yeah, that this thing, it will be 4 times 4, which is 16. Yeah. So now let's deal with this one now. All this thing. Simplify all this thing. So now you should know that if we multiply two fractions, if I multiply two fractions like it's b multiplied by x over what? Over y. This thing, if I multiply two fractions, numerator will multiply to a numerator. Denominator will multiply to a denominator. This thing will give me ax over what? By. Do you see? Yeah. Meaning this is what will happen here. Numerator to a numerator, denominator to a denominator. Meaning now the final answer of this thing will be x8 over y2 minus 2 multiplied by 4. It's 8x4 w over yk2. And here it will be plus 16w2 over k4. Do you see, guys? This one is your final answer. This one is your final answer. Or if you want to, you can even leave it like 8 over y2 minus by 8x4w over yk2 plus 16w over k4. Do you see this thing? Yeah. So those numbers, you can even put them here, because you know that anything which is not a fraction, when you multiply to a fraction, it will go upwards. This will go upwards, become like that. Do you see? So now, let me try this one. So for this one, I won't be doing all that stuff old-fashioned. What I will do, I can see here, this one, everything is the same but different sign. Meaning this thing, it is the difference of squares. Meaning it's something like b, a plus b. Do you see? So what I have to do, I have to do like open brackets. I don't think will I have a space, but let me try. Minus by open 2. So here I will just put my a here. Here it will be my a minus by b. So here it must be a, which is a there, it's 2b, and here it's 3c, which is b, this one. So my final answer here, it's 2 times 2, which is 4, and this thing, it's b squared minus 3 times 3, it's 9c2. This one is the final answer. Do you see? Yeah. So now, these one are just kind of confusing me, but I will let you to try them. Just try this one. Then for the next video, you can check yourself. How did you go? But if you feel this one is so confusing, please try this one.